What's up? It's your boy D here. So check it out. We're gonna do on this video, I'm gonna tell a few stories real quick. But on this video, what we're gonna do is we are gonna celebrate, ta-da, ta-da, 350,000 subscribers. It's almost 365 now, and I usually do one every 25,000 subscribers because that was back in the day, in the very beginning, when I got 25,000 subscribers, and then it was like 50,000. I thought that was a miracle, you know, and it's a miracle that I'm still getting like 5,000 subscribers a month, even though I haven't really been showing up. So we're gonna celebrate 350,000 subscribers today. So thank you very much for your congratulations on that. It's kind of got its own momentum now. We're also going to celebrate 10 years on YouTube, which was April 21st, 2009. So April 21st, 2019 was 10 years on YouTube, almost daily, but then when I came here, I started really getting the upgrade. And it has been increasingly difficult to interact in the way that I had been before. Now here's the thing. So yay for 350,000 subscribers. Thank you. I really appreciate you so much. All of you new people that came after Christina, my homie, put up our video on her channel. So those of you who haven't seen that, Christina put up a video about, I don't know, a week or two ago or something. So a lot of subscribers came from that. So I want to welcome you. I've been kind of MIA, missing in action, living full steam ahead, you know, balls to the wall, baby. In my real life, the internet life has taken a little bit of a back seat. And believe me, I want to tell you something. I miss you so much. But the thing is, I've been changing a lot. And I'm just really, for the first time in my life, I'm at the place in my life, you know, I just turned 45 last month. I'm stoked. And I'm in that place of life where, you know, my youngest daughter turned 18 a few months ago. And so I'm in that place in life where it's like, what do you want to do? Because, you know, a lot of the career that I had on YouTube was because I had to. And any man who has children gets it. There's a lot of little boys on YouTube that were, you know, gave me no end of hell for throughout my whole 10-year career. That's just the internet. But when you're a man, you do what you got to do, and that's what I did. And now I'm in a place where it's like, what do you want to do? You know? Who do you want to be? Before then, it was just like I picked out an awesome niche, live foods. I'm incredibly talented at that. I think just about everyone that knows me in my real life can see that. I just juice up everybody everywhere I go. I talk it up. I'm just like, eat as much live, fresh, wholesome, nutrient-dense, heirloom varieties of locally grown food as you can get your hands on, and learn about food and learn how to pick it and how to find it ripe. Learn how to source food from your local environment, wild foods, support organic farmers, grow your own, yada, yada, yada. Just really get in touch and in contact and become conscious and aware of where your food's coming from, and, you know, and then working with people individually here. I'm working with a girl right now. They just fried her with chemotherapy and radiation. Thankfully, they only took one of her parathyroids out, so she is being able to really bounce back quite quickly with the mineral supplementation and the juicing and the live foods. And so she just feels, after 7 days, she'll be leaving tomorrow, after 7 days, she's reborn. Because instantly, the first couple of juices kind of messed her stomach up, but then we got her on a colonic, and, you know, I've been giving her a couple of colonics, and she just cleared all that out. And now she's knocking back the juices, and it's just going right into her tissues because the chemotherapy and radiation really weakened her. So anyways, I really, really enjoy the private retreats. I really learn the most from the consult. So that's what's been keeping me busy. that and just like, my own personal sadhana, which is spiritual practice, for those of you who don't know what the terminology for that is, but just spiritual practice. Just wake up every day, 4:30, pray for a half an hour, and get right there on the meditation cushion. Yesterday, this is the craziest thing, and that's why I'm just going to make a short video today just to tell you I love you, I appreciate you, I miss you. Believe me, it is harder for me to be off of YouTube than it is for you, but I have faith. I have made hundreds and hundreds of videos. I'll make 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 videos. I'll sit right over there at that doggone juicer and I'll make 10, 15 videos ranging in length from 5 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour. And then for some reason it just doesn't feel right. I'm trying to break that life regenerator box that I put myself in. Nothing's changed except I've grown so much. My personal life has become 100% spirituality, And so that's the direction I think that my heart or the universe or God wants me to go. And I am here to talk about the light. Because I've done thousands of consults and everyone calls me up for a food trip, and although I understand the food trip so very well, the gut, the detox, the heavy metals, the weight loss, the diseases, I have come leaps and bounds. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm just so grateful to have the knowledge that I have and to have applied it diligently day in and day out, and it pays off. I woke up this morning. I spent an hour this morning. I was up like a little bit before 4 actually this morning, a lot earlier. Slept so good last night. Woke up, just prayed, and was just thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I do for up until 5 a.m. exactly when my feet hit the floor. Because the alarm goes off at 5, my feet hit that floor, and then my butt is in that meditation cushion 1 minute later, maybe 2 minutes if I have to pee. But it goes right into the meditation chair, and then I sit for 1 hour. And this morning, I had the most epic, it was like samadhi. I was stoked out of my mind. And then, it was weird because I had like the absolute best meditation. My breath was just smooth. My mind was focused, calm, clear. And the feelings and sensations that I had up my spine and in my heart and in my head were amazing. And then I came out of the meditation and then I started feeling all this anxiety. So it's just a trip to go from the meditative state back into the small self, just to really you're focusing on the big self, the infinite self, the divine self, the God self, the Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, baby. It's got a million names, and yet the words don't quite do it justice. But it is infinitely powerful, magnificent, and it is the love of my life, and it is the light. I call it the light of God, because that's how I was raised. But call it whatever you want. Just get the transmission and let it fill your heart with joy and peace and happiness and sincerity and authenticity, which is what I'm really working on. So yesterday, I made a video. After hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, I made a video yesterday. Right there. And I just said it laid it all out. I was finally, I don't know what happened, but this authenticity came over me because I'm trying to break free of the life regenerator persona because I'm always coddling. It's like I have 3 fears in life. Christians, sounds really weird. I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying that, wow, Christians, vegans, and carnivores. Oh my God. Those are the people you want to watch out for. Look, I'm not here to judge anyone. And it's funny about the Christians because Jesus was like trying to say, thou shalt not judge. And I'm not trying to judge Christians for judging me. But I'm a yogi for Christ, period. And that's what I said in yesterday's video, and I explained what that means in depth. And here's the thing. That video was one of the best videos I've ever made in probably ever. I felt so finally like Dan, just let it go. I didn't say everything because there's been a lot, and one of these days I hope to catch up in full. It might have to be an Insiders Club video or, whatever. But what's really happening, because this path, it just keeps going, doesn't it? Even the physical detoxification. And I explained a little bit about the black smoke tonic that I'm on, and how when I take the tonic, it literally digs the aluminum and the fluoride out of my brain, which has been the thing that's, I don't even want to go into because I don't want to pound that in, but I'm working. Back in my generation, they just stuck us with needles. We had like about 12 jabs back then. And then we would go in elementary school, they would drink fluoride shots. We would drink fluoride shots, okay? I mean, that's what is going on in this world. And it's weird how we don't even have these conversations. Now, that doesn't happen anymore, but it's in the water and everything else, and the public water supplies and stuff, and plus the water supply. We don't even want to get into biosludge or any of this other stuff that's going on in the sky, in the water. Believe me, I know what's going on. And that's part of it, really, is that I feel very fortunate. And so sometimes I feel like it's hard for me to connect because there you are, Dan, living in paradise, and it's kind of like, yes, but then again, it's the frequency in this mind and this heart that emanates, and the karma that here I am. Because, and this island, it loves me because I put that coconut video up, and people are like, you're stealing from the land. It's like, I clean those coconut trees because she wants to release them. She produces them for the animals, particularly the bipedal ones that can knock the coconut and tear it open and get at what's inside there. The rats bite into it, but she provides the fruit of the coconut tree. I go and I harvest the nuts, and I hydrate everyone that I get a chance. I do not sell coconuts. People ask me, you sell coconuts? Or they say, will you sell me a coconut? And I say, no. And they're like, you're a dick. And I'm like, but I will give you one. Now, sometimes tourists force me to take $5 or $10 or whatever. And I'm not going to split hairs, but I'm not turning the coconut hobby of the climbing, and I'm up in the tree, and I'm at the beach, and there's like, a couple centipedes, ants crawling all over me, but the wind is blowing, and the tree is knocking me back and forth, and the wind is fresh, and I'm just up in a tree by myself, closer to God, harvesting free food to feed everyone. I feed the dogs that come around. They all come around, and they hear me banging on the back of my truck when I'm chopping the nuts. The dogs come out. I feed the dogs. I feed the ducks. I feed the chickens. I feed the pigs coconuts because I can't eat all the meat. There's no way. I can't even give it all away to humans and stuff like that. But when the animals are there, I just love to feed them. It's the joy of my life. So I take the coconuts off the tree and I clean the tree. That's what really matters, is knocking off the old branches, cutting off the old blooms so that the fresh blooms can keep coming. It produces a rack of coconuts every month. And it takes about 9 months to get them into those drinking stages. And then those young ones, they have that really high mineral water with low sugar. And I really like to fast on those. You can get into a really, really high state of fasting and ketosis on those low sugar, non-sweet, high mineral baby coconuts that are about 9 months old. At about a year to about a year and a half is when they're like what I call the primo cocos. So you got the babies, then you got the poppers that are anywhere between like 9 months and a year as a popper. Then the shell will start to get hard, and then you start to get into the more mature stages where you need the machete to get into it. It's just an amazing thing. You got the mature nuts that are about 2 years old, and you bust those open, and then you get out the flesh, and then you put it through the Green Star, and you make your own coconut oil, and you spread that on bananas, and it's like pure ecstasy. So half of my diet is like coconuts. And it's free food, and I'm so blessed because obviously I haven't been working on the YouTube. I want to get back to it, but this time I want to be more service-oriented, and I know that I'm going to be, finding little ways for affiliates and stuff like that. That's just the way it works. I got tons of retreats and infinite opportunity. It's like, what do you want to do? You could have it all. And I'm just like, I really just like to meditate. I went to yoga this morning, and I make juice, and I have a great relationship with Lulu, who just gave me this hat today because I make her so much juice all the time. Then I went over to my girlfriend's house, and that's where the retreat guest is staying. And then I made juice, and I made some spring roll wraps with a little peanut sauce, made out of almonds, blah, blah, blah. And so I stop in there once a day, juice everybody up, and then I left, and I did a consultation while I was there. That was really awesome. And then now I came back here, and I gave Cambria, who's the girl who works downstairs, I've seen her for about a year, and I've always wanted to talk to her. She looks like an amazingly interesting person. It turns out that she is. She's just a little genius. Because I knew she was emanating that light, but I'm just very quiet and humble. I just come to my apartment, and I don't bother her. But today we had such a great conversation for like 2 hours while I fed her coconuts, and then I went for an awesome bike ride up to Makaleha, where I saw my boy Bill, who lives in the woods, and he's just my boy. And I was like, dude, if you need to come take a shower sometime, whatever, because he's a divine brother. I can tell he's just back there on the banks of the Ganja, praying to the Lord and just getting right with God, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a heroin addict and stuff like that, so I totally dig it. So I'm here to support him because I can see what he's doing. I don't know if I should have said that. I hope I didn't say his name. Anyways, he probably won't see these videos. He lives in the woods now, but he's seen my videos a lot before. So anyways, yesterday, well, did I finish that? I mean, you know me, I'm Mr. Tangent, but this is just how I roll. These are my favorite kind of videos, and these are the ones I stopped doing because I was like, oh, this is Dan McDonald. I have a pole up my butt. And I was like, this is misery. And it was just like, for a long time, it was just misery because I had to, And I lost the want to. I mean, the first year was awesome. And then Krista was like, hey, give me a video every single day, and we'll monetize this thing. I'll figure it out. She started doing all that, and then it became a job. And then it just kind of was like, it was cool, and I've been so blessed. And I know I've helped a lot of people, and I have the best website in the entire, by far, in the raw vegan world for sure. Live Foods is what I like to call it, because like I said, man, I'm not really too stoked on the whole vegan trip, man. I know there's good vegans out there, but there's good carnivores, but it's just Jerry Springer out there on the internet, man, and people are using other people to make a name for themselves. And one of the things that people love is the carnivores bashing the stupid, skinny, deficient vegans, and the vegans are bashing the carnivores because they're murdering psychopaths, and everybody's just so negative, and I'm like, hey, I love everybody. I know that's like, another one of you. You're boring. Come on, and feed my negative self. I want to get all pumped up and write comments about, yeah, that stupid, skinny, pale vegan, or whatever, or that dumb carnivore, and all this negativity and all this crap. And it's just not my thing at all, dude. I just love everyone. I don't even hardly know any vegans. It's all online. Everyone's like, yeah, I was vegan for a long time, but now I eat a piece of fish a couple times a month. What am I supposed to do? Slap them upside the head and be like, I don't like you anymore, I can't talk to you? I was chilling out with Spencer yesterday, and he's just an awesome dude, and he's full carnivore, and he's doing fine. He's doing great. I have nothing to judge, I just want to do what I do. I like what I do. I'm thriving like crazy. I mean, I had the best bike ride, the best yoga, the best meditation. I got tons of energy right now. I'm going to have a salad. I might do a little bit of research on the internet. I like to study the microbiome, microbiology, just keeping up, try to keep it on the positive. I'm trying to avoid all the, the chemtrail stuff. I know it's there. I just don't know what to do about it. The vaccine stuff is everyone's crazy. Oh my God. It's don't come near me with a needle. I'll knock that around, you motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? I ain't like that, but I'll let everybody have their karma, because I deal with a lot of parents whose kids were fine one day, got blapped, and the next 4 hours later, and they ain't nothing gone downhill since. So, it's just that's why I don't even get into that, because I've had a lot of warnings from the YouTube, and I I ain't even trying to roll like that, you know. So I'm just keeping off that right now and all that. But it's like I call the people to the consultations. We're going to use the chlorella. We're going to use the spirulina. We're going to use the cilantro. When they get more mature, that's when you water fast them for a day and then 3 days, and then you just bring them back, bringing everyone back from the overweight, bringing everyone back from the autoimmune diseases, from the gut dysbiosis, the SIBO, and just bringing in the lifestyle of awareness, but also, you know, finding out via the consults what people got to work with. And the greatest advice I keep coming up with is grow some pots on your back porch, or build a planter box and get some soil and get as much of the real, live, fresh, local, organic, non-sprayed medicinal foods. If you have good soil, you have medicinal foods. If you have crappy soil and then you spray that junk on there, and then it's 4 days, 5 days, 8 days later, you get it. You've lost the biophotons, you've lost the electron potential, the microbes are lame because the soil sucks. It didn't even bring up any of the alkaloids and medicinal qualities into the plant. I mean, so we're dealing with a lot. It's been, I wouldn't say depressing, but just very difficult to relate, because I live in paradise and I don't feel bad about that, but sometimes I feel like I'm unrelatable. But I don't feel bad about the life I've created, because I would do anything and go anywhere to make myself happy, to be the happiest person, because that's what I feel like makes the world a better place. I'm not going to go out there and fight demons hand to hand. I'm just going to be so filled with light that they can't even get near me. And then the people that come around me are going to get the light. And there's just going to be the light. And the light is like a Klieg light, and then the darkness is just gone. You know what I mean? They can do all that, but that's their karma between God, and we need to be smart. If we're ignorant and we do those things that, you know, like if we fall prey to those things with the diet or the medical care, all the things, I'm not even going to get into the details of it, but I'm just saying, like, if you're not well educated enough to know to get the heck out of there, because it's just chemicals and drugs and surgeries and ignorance and pain and suffering and money. It's a business, baby. And your wellness is a loss of profit. So you got to find somebody who knows how to regenerate. You know, and I mean, I got my ideas, and the people that need me come to me, and I help them. And I'm not trying to get online and be like these little vegan guys with, I have an education from dietitian school. And it's like, well, you're going to have to unlearn all that crap and have years of experience to figure out what actually heals people. And the food, as powerful as it can be in a certain context, in another context, it's not that important at all. Because you can have the best damn food you want in the entire world, and if you're in a crappy relationship, or you have a crappy job, or you're stressed out while you're eating that best food in the world, he's going to be saying, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot to it. You want to get right. Every meal is a celebration. Every step you take is a prayer. Your heart is filled with gratitude for everything, you know? Just like yesterday, when I made that video for 1 hour, it was the dopest video ever. This video is pretty dope too. But that video was just, it was just a soft heart, a dude who's trying to say, yo, I miss you, I care about you, I'm not trying to ditch out, I'm just trying to get right with the Lord, I'm trying to find what it is that I want to do, how I want to approach this. You know, I love life. I love God. That's me. I love living foods, and I see it awaken people around me. I don't want to argue about food or religion. I don't have time. I don't have time for heated debates. I'm not going to waste my energy. I got to save my energy. I got to stay focused on God, on the eternal presence within me. Illumination and transcendence of the small. To really surrender deeply and truly. You know, that's what is happening in this situation. Just surrendering truly and deeply. to the best that I can with the deepest sense of surrender so that I can make the space for God's grace. You know? Because I need that. I need the grace of God to make it through. So, really this whole video was about, just the 10 years and the 350,000. That was just an excuse. But the thing was I've made hundreds of videos, mostly over there by the juicer, because that's what I love. I love juice. I juice up everyone. Nobody is hydrated enough. Get a juicer. Hydrate the heck out of yourself. Get organic food. And just go to town. And never ever think once that I can't afford this. You never even have that thought ever again. I don't allow you. Because you are a magical magnet. Because clean up the inside. Purify this thing. And believe in abundance. And be generous. And have a service-oriented heart. Look for ways to help. Look for ways to be generous. And you'll see abundance will never stop. And abundance is really not about the money or material possessions. It's about the realization of the preciousness of this moment right now and your divine connection with God, which can never go away. And so you have that. So all you do is cultivate the awareness of the connection to divinity. And then you're just, well, God, who cares what happens? I'll live at the beach, I'll go sleep underneath a cardboard box. But please don't take away my connection by the lack of integrity, lies, or deception, or greed, or lust. You know what I'm saying? Like really purify so that you can make space to realize and to have that warmth and that light and that heat in the center of your chest and feel that energy moving up your spine, We could talk about that because that's an important thing for men and women, But it's anyways, the celibacy and the continence. That's something I'm very interested in. Yeah. So anyways, yesterday, I made the dopest video ever. It was so cool. The whole time I was like, wow, I'm going to post this. This is great, unless I say something crazy. But then it was more of the fact that, Dan, they're going to judge you. Who cares? There's always going to be people who cannot understand, dude, because I'm vibing at a high level in my estimation just by what the people are saying to me, my friends who I trust and revere. They give me feedback. They know in a certain sense where I came from, and so they are always trying to build me up. Dan, you need to realize how special you are, That's especially Tavis. He's always trying to build me up because he knows where I came from. He met my mom and he was like, oh my God, no wonder. I mean, I love my mom. That's not the nicest thing to say, but anyways, I'm a freaking miracle, basically. So, and nobody ever didn't mean well. It's just that, to get sober and to get clear and to get, out of poverty and everything else, it was just like, I'm just so blessed. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you for taking the time to watch this video. I think 30 minutes is enough. The whole dang time I was just trying to tell you that yesterday I made the dopest video, and then at the end, when I was like, oh, this is going to clear everything up, we're going to break the ice, it's going to be awesome, and then I can get back to it, because I haven't had an icebreaker. That's what I've needed. Like, hi, I'm Dan, I don't know what's going on, I'm going through all this, I'm hella busy in my personal, real life, internet's insane, I mean, I try to avoid the Wi-Fi as much as possible, yada, 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 all these 10 million myriad of reasons, but yet, I do see it's the balance of, I see the benefits of being able to just say, hey, I don't even know, just trying to spread a positive light and give just any kind of just really like, hey man, don't give up. Be persistent. I know it gets hard as heck sometimes, and this world has gone mad, but look to what it is around you that, God never left, and the birds are still singing, and every once in a while there's natural rain, and there's snow, and there's rivers and stuff, and if you got to drive out of town on the weekends, man, to go get into nature, then that's what you do, because nature is my girl. The concrete, and the cars, and the plastic, and the smog, and all that junk is like, see ya, I'm out of here, We all have options, we all make choices, You know, I'm talking about head for the hills, but the consensus is send them into the cities. Automaton. You know, so people are like, you escaped the Matrix. It's like, not totally. I don't think anyone can totally escape the Matrix, but for the most part, I get to be barefoot. What the? Whoop, whoop. So I get to be barefoot, and I get to, you know, eat real food every day, most of which I harvest myself, but then if not, I go to these farmers that are my friends, and I know what soils they've got, and it's absolutely amazing. So after an hour of talking and having the coolest video ever of really what's going on with me, and just saying, I really don't know why I haven't been able to just post one of these videos or what's going on inside of me, and I still really don't at the making of this video. But it's kind of like, Dan, just be yourself. Because normally what I would say, and I haven't even had that thought on this video at all, you're just talking too much and nobody wants to hear this stuff, or you need to be more like these other YouTubers that have their outline and they stay on one subject and it's like really boring. And it's like, yeah, whatever, you know. Here's this person's diet. It's all wrong. They're deficient. Here's my diet. A big bowl of diarrhea, a bunch of processed chips from the grocery store, and a soy burger for dinner. Now that's a natural, balanced vegan diet. And I'm like, so fruits and vegetables, organic, are extreme, deficient diet, and that big bowl of diarrhea has something in there that I'm not getting from fresh fruits and vegetables? Okay, I'm confused. You know, in other words, you're not ready for the light of the living foods, because it'll clear you out, and you got to pay attention, and you got to wake up. And that is hard work, baby, because you will see your weaknesses, and you will see your foolishness, and you will see your folly, and you will feel the pain, and you'll have to go right on through it, slogging on through your own ignorance, your own pain, all the crap from childhood, the buried traumas right there. Everyone has it. Never met a single person. I got a massage table right there. I do a lot of healing work. Everyone's got the ball, and as soon as I get around, I work them and I warm them up and get them all relaxed. I go right to the ball and I push on the ball, and that is when they start, my daddy didn't love me. And I know it's like fear, sadness, and it manifests itself as anger, and everyone I've ever touched down there has the ball. Some are small balls, some have giant balls, but everyone's got the trauma ball, and we just slowly work it. And we work it with the juice and the raw foods, and we work it with the enzymes, and we work it with the rebounder, and we work it with tonics, and we just work it with the physical, and we just break it up, chip it up, and then that night they have dreams about the trauma from this, that, the other, you know, you name it. I've dealt with it. It's always trauma. That's why you have a hard time giving up the ice cream and the cookies, and that's why you're 45 pounds overweight. But if you could be brave enough to just go into that pain, which creates like a nervous system condition and like food addictions and stuff like that. I mean, true healing is hard ass work. And I'm still going, man. And I have a lot of room for improvement, more room for refinement, more room for regeneration of the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And I'm just going for it balls to the wall, and I don't even know if anyone gets it, and that's been the question. I mean, like, I am unique, and the more that this continues to grow, I get more and more unique, but I'm not that unique. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people understand the energy that goes from the continents, and it goes up your spine and into your back and into your brain, and you get this warm, glowing sensation in your brain, up your back, and it comes into your heart, and you want to serve and love and give and purify. So anyways, that should be enough for today. Did I ever finish the doggone story? I was sitting there, I made an hour-long video, I felt so great about it, like, oh, I'm going to post this finally, we're going to get back on track. I helped, you know, express my feelings about what's going on. I was totally honest. I never went into life regenerator mode at all. I told some cool stories, and then boop, my phone ran out of battery juice. And you know these iPhones, if they run out of battery juice while you're in the middle of recording, bop, the whole thing is ghost. And so I sat there and I was like, for about I'll be honest with you, but about 10 seconds I was like, But then I was like, Dan, I said this to myself, there ain't no reason, and it ain't gonna help to get mad as hell. So I just was like, okay, cool. And now we made another one, and I will put this video up just to say I'm still here. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you so much. I really do. I know how blessed I am to have this YouTube channel and this platform, and I want to use it for good, and I want to make sure that what is coming through is my hands and my heart and my mouth and my mind. It belongs to God. And my job is to do the absolute best that I can to get out of the way and just let what comes through wants to come through, because I want to give people true hope, true wellness, true peace, eternal. That doesn't just break away when the conditions change, but really like, okay, cool. A real sense of connection and being in tune. And I love nature for that. But anywhere you are connected to it. And you can make a practice out of that, out of connecting with the divine. And that's just what a great life is about, if you ask me. So I hope this is enough. I wanted to connect. Someone said, make a rant. So there you go. You got a rant. I could do this all day, every day if you want. I'm not kidding. I always get over there and, hi, this is Stan McDonald. The 3 ways that you're going to clean out your colon, you know. And then I try to use my left brain. It's like, because I had to do that with all the sales and stuff. It's like left brain. It's and then there's a money back guarantee, and it's like and then it felt all clunky and chunky. And I'm like, if I get up here on the right brain, I'm like, hey, it's Dan McDonald. I really don't have much to say. I don't even value my own opinion that much, but hey, people seem to want to listen to me, so I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of nothing. Is that cool? And those are the ones that I like, because that's just me being me, and I can understand why people, that's been the hard part. You have ADD, or you're crazy, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm the product of the 70s, man. So anyways, in the 80s, I went to education school, and they're like, here's your fluoride shot, Dan. 3 + 3 is 12. Oh! So here I am, good enough, not perfect, like all the other people on the internet, but good enough, fairly happy, but not every day. Some days sad or angry, depressed, hopeless, but I try to just buck up and keep going. And other days are really, really, really awesome like this. So you're seeing the best of me now, and I do want to get into some videos where, hey, I'm down a little bit, but it just passes so quick. I mean, this whole day has been a divine day because the meditation, but then I had the anxiety, but then I just got up and went to yoga, and I know something about the yoga and sweating at the hot yoga, at Waves Yoga with the infrared. Whoever thought of infrared yoga is a freaking genius, and I think Lulu did. And that's why I love her so much, and that's why I always bring her juice. And, keep her juiced up. She's always in that hot yoga class teaching everybody. I'm like, girl, you got to stay hydrated. So here's this green juice. Here's the lemon ginger blast. And it's just extras left over from my clients, and myself. So it really ain't no thing. And I try to be as generous as I can. So God bless you. And thank you for just being here. And I hope you learned something or got inspired or, let me know what I can do. I want to make more juice recipes. And we've kind of played out the whole, recipe thing. They're all on my website. It's like they're all there, It's all there on my website. It's kind of like it's all been done on the live foods. You follow all that information, you'll get to a very high level, to where it's like mono meals and just basically I live off juice. Woo, And I know that seems crazy, and that I'm not like skinnier than I am, but it just works, man, because we are so much more. That's the thing. We're so much more. We're a lot of it's our thoughts, and a lot of it is just the condensing of cosmic radiation through our sinuses and into our blood, and then our tissues become the condensed radiation, and the old models of nutrition are literally completely worthless. And that's why, for the most part, what's on the internet is just, it doesn't mean anything to me, But everyone's going to have their journey and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm just saying, focus on the light. Focus on the light in the foods. Focus on the light in your heart. Focus on making every meal and every juice a celebration. Like, oh my God, this lemon ginger blast is so awesome. Thank you, God, for apples and celery and dandelions and arugula and lemon and ginger. You know what I mean? And just every meal is just gratitude. Every step is gratitude. Even when you're sad, down, and hopeless, it has meaning and significance, and it's all there for you to drive you back to the divine. Can you dig it? You can't lose. You leave this flesh suit behind and you just go. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I want to do, is help people with their souls, to purify their souls so that they can be lighter, have a lighter yoke, and be at ease and at peace, and stop making those errors in judgment that bring in more negativity, more heaviness, more burden, when we could just lighten the burden with love and acceptance and an ease and a peace and a tolerance. Tolerance, man. For everyone's beliefs, even tolerance for mine. I mean, I'm a yogi for Christ. Who does that? That puts people's panties. Ah, no! That goes against everything I've ever been conditioned with. And it's like, hey, that's your conditioning, not mine. I don't even give a rip and flipper about my own conditioning. I want to transcend it, get rid of it. I don't need it. Just clear it out of the way, and you show me, oh great one, inside the infinite light. You live through this thing that you call Dan McDonald. And that's what I'm talking about. So I don't even give a crap about my own thoughts. I just let it work through me, and it seems to really be a blessing to those around me. And it seems like people can really dig it, you know what I'm saying? So thanks a lot. So yay, 350,000 subscribers, 365,000 subscribers, and 10 years on YouTube. So thank you for your love and encouragement over the years. I'm actually going into 21 days of Vipassana. So this might be the last time you see me for a while. Although I'd love to get my Google AdSense up. I got a million videos. Maybe I'll view some, but I'm in a different place. I evolve so fast. And what I really want to do is just talk about the divine and talk about the evolution of consciousness and, you know, the myriad of ways that I feel like that can be done. And there's a lot. And I just think that just cultivation of, yeah, with so many different things, you know, singing devotional songs and reading the scriptures and studying all the different spiritual works from around the world, just to keep yourself in that field of energy so you don't get sucked back into like porn or alcohol or, you know, drugs, whatever, painkillers, bad relationships. If you can stay in that field by finding something that inspires you, like this dude right here is my boy. See what I'm saying? This dude keeps me inspired and on point. And I don't care what anyone thinks about their religion, because it doesn't matter to me, because the religion didn't keep me on point. But this dude keeps me on point. So if that's what keeps me on point, if that's what keeps me focused on God, that's what I'm going to read. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't been deceived. That's the one thing I say. I love my boy, Sivananda. He has changed my life almost as much as Dr. Hawkins. You see what I'm saying? And I don't care what anyone says. You know what I'm saying? They say, you've been deceived. I'm like, nah, you've been deceived. Because I'm clear as clear can be. I am 100% clear about it. Boom, without question. Okay, because I've seen the results of reading those books and practicing what's in them and the miracle that it's been. Same thing with the Gospel of Peace. People are like, that's not even true. And I'm like, well, whatever. It don't matter, because I read that book, I followed what's in there, and I have been blessed beyond measure by that simple little $1 pamphlet. And these books by Swami Sivananda, they have kept my ass on point. Get your mind right, son. It's like a father figure. It's like the dude, it's like the training that I've always needed but never had, because there's public education, there's religion, and then there's your family life, and you ain't got no training. Well, we need to train our young men, man, and I'm training myself. And he is like a father figure to me, because I can tell he loves me, and I know when he wrote those books that he was trying to help me get my ass out of ignorance. Because you know, and I ain't perfect, I got every kind of thing, I'm working on it. I see the things in my mind, so I'm working on purity. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on purity, and I'm just getting started, but I'm going to keep committing to purity and being as pure and wholesome as I can be. And that's what those books remind me of. So I am clear and I am bright, and I am grateful for that. And I would never take away what works for anyone else. If you have different opinions or different beliefs and they work for you, and your heart is being purified, and you are inspired to stay the course, to walk the razor's edge, to do what's right, and to really transcend right and wrong at the end of the day, where you're just the witness and observer. But that's a whole nother story. We can go into anything you want. Let me know what you want to hear about. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to, I'm not even going to say that I'm not either. I'm not going to say I'm not enlightened, and I'm not going to say that I am, because I don't even know how I'd know if I was. But I do know that this thing here, this whole story that's been created, is committed to love. This thing, this dude, this Dan McDonald, he loves love, he's committed to it, and that is all I have to say for now. So may we all be blessed by the light. May we all be filled with the light to overflowing. And may that light be a blessing that's flowing through us to all of those around us. May we live a life of tolerance, understanding, divine understanding. Yes. May we live in divine understanding and be blessed with divine understanding, and surrender our will to the Omni will. Can you dig it, baby? Because I know I can. Word. I love you. DTM is out.